Well, good afternoon, guys. Here I am at Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. I'm at Upper Calf Creek Falls. This is a sort of pool behind the falls. I just want to talk about some of the plants you can find here. Also talk about some stuff on the incredibly harsh landscape behind me. But right here we have a really nice oasis where there's quite a lot of interesting things growing. Some plants that you see that rather familiarly in the Wasatch, but a few others you don't see quite so commonly there. So let's just jump in and just talk about it really quickly. And one of the first plants that really caught my attention here is this one, because I already talked about in the Wasatch. This is Maianthemum stellata, also known as the Starry Solomon seal, or Starry false Solomon seal, I should say. True Solomon seal is a different plant that is toxic, and I was wrong. These are technically not toxic, but I wouldn't forage them anyways, just because I don't see what the point is. I still might be some confusion over their toxicity status, but most sources say they are not toxic. These ones are past blooming. You can see their spent inflorescences right there. As I said before, is a member of the family Asparagaceae. Had to think for a second on that one, which, yeah, I mean, a lot of members of Asparagaceae kind of like this. But also, interestingly, members of Asparagaceae that you can find here are all the yuccas. There's at least a couple of species of yucca I think you can find here, or maybe just one. But hopefully I can talk about them on the way out. Now moving on from that, there's this plant, which it took me a second to realize until I looked at the leaves more closely, and I'm pretty sure that this is Toxicodendron rideberry, also known as the Western poison ivy. Looks very different than the one you find in Utah, which makes me have a little bit of doubts that that's what it is. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. See some of the leaves, and yeah, a lot of the damaged leaves don't have that black on them that you typically associate with poison ivy, which is a little bit interesting. But oh, there we go. The tip of that leaf is a little bit black, so yeah, very good chance it's poison ivy. So don't touch it too much. I mean, I can touch it fine, but if I get the actual oil, I can break a leaf and rub it on my skin. That's no good for me. Now this, I think, might be Betula occidentalis. I'm not sure. It's certainly a species of birch or alder. I'm not very good at telling the two genera apart. I know it involves the inflorescences. They have male and female inflorescences that look quite different from each other, but these leaves are very clearly, and just the way the tree looks, very clearly either a birch or an alder. And I think the most common species of either of those two in the state is Betula occidentalis. I had no idea it could grow so well down in these valleys. I didn't know any birches could. Oh yeah, there's actually also like a hornbeam which is related that grows in this area, which could be it. I don't think so, but I'll keep that in mind. I had to be a little okay with making some mistakes here as I talk about the plants, because this is really out of my element a little bit, and you just gotta make mistakes sometimes, you know? Yeah, some really interesting plants. We also got some scouring rushes, or just horsetails as they're more commonly called. I think we do at least. Is that actually? Yeah, these are, that little guy growing amongst the Solomon seal, or false Solomon seal, I should say, my bad, is a species of horsetail. I'm not sure which, I could figure it out. I don't think there's that many that grow in the state. But it is interesting to see, or I don't think I've actually really properly talking about them. So it's a species of Equisetum, to be clear. They're in their own order and really their own, pretty much their own class. They are sister to all the other living species of ferns. So you can technically call these ones ferns, but most people won't take kindly to that. But they really taxonomic sense, they kind of are ferns. That's cool about them. I sadly don't know what these are. I wish I did, but I don't. Got some willows. That I guess probably Salix exigua, which is a sandbar willow. Very common in deserts around here. But yeah, we got a really nice little community growing here. A little garden in the incredibly harsh desert up here. I mean, you know, the desert's harsh, but this is especially bad because there is just so much just bare, dry rock out here. It's like harsh cliffs or bluffs of the Navajo Sandstone. And definitely a lot of cliffs too. That doesn't really support a lot of plants, except where you get little pockets of sand. Even those aren't exactly the most hospitable of habitat. Just right up there, of course, is a Ponderosa pine. They seem to like these, you see a few of them growing out here, but they especially seem to like these little oases. Pinus ponderosa is its scientific name. Classic plant. I said already, but I don't know what these are. I wish I did, but they're not in bloom, so it'd be hard to tell anyways. But maybe one day I'll know. It's like most of the things here I was late to the party to see, but these ones I was a little too early. So, now, you know, probably the worst time to find wildflowers in this part of the state, but whatever. Now here's a plant I'm quite a lot less pleased to see here. This is Elaeagnus angustifolia, commonly known as Russian olive. It is one of the worst riparian invasives in the western United States, so it's a bit of a shame to see it here in such a seemingly pristine habitat, but this is what it looks like. It's a lot less thorny than some other ones you find in the species, and there's all its little berries. So I want to pluck them all and just, I don't know, do something to get rid of them, but I don't got time for that. And, oh, it's quite thick back there. There's a remote chance it could be a Schifferdia, but I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's Elaeagnus angustifolia. I'm starting to think that that plant I saw could actually be Rhus trilobata, but the one I said was Toxicodendron rydbergii. So, I mean, okay, looking at these here, this is definitely the Rhus trilobata. Thought I heard something. You're right, it's a cool plant species still, and a good native one. I guess it's nice that there's not poison ivy around here, at least that I can see. That would really look a lot like poison ivy though. It's very confusing to me. And yeah, there's not a whole lot of plants to talk about. On some more of the drier parts, this is, I think, Cercocarpus ledifolius, a really small specimen of it. They don't get quite tree size like you see in the Wasatch Mountains where I normally make these videos. Oh, I can't remember the scientific name for this one. I'm seeing some of these spider lilies, as they're commonly called. A scientific name of this genus though is Tradescantia. They produce these really nice purple flowers. I think they're a member of the family Commelinaceae, which is one I'm pretty sure I haven't talked about yet, so that's another first for my channel. Not sure what the first for my channel was this video, but it's definitely a first. I've talked about Commelinaceae. I just wish I remember what the second part of its scientific name was, but it seems that you can grow it. It doesn't just grow in riparian areas or shady areas, by the way. It grows light in the middle of the hot desert and the sand pretty often. But I guess it likes its habitat as well. What a nice oasis. At least it would be a nice oasis if we didn't have all this Russian olive around. I guess, of course, to wrap it up, I don't want to get too close to the tree. That is a nice Populus fremontii. Oh, there's a mosquito eating me. That's lovely. Populus fremontii is the premier tree species you find in the riparian areas on the Colorado Plateau. Just an all-around fantastic tree. And yeah, they're also grown in cultivation a lot all over the state. I mean, they are native to the Salt Lake County in the lowland areas. But yeah, very important tree species out here because it's just the primary riparian one. They grow very big and strong, very hardy trees. I can't overstate how awesome they are, but either way, that's the end of my video, so thanks for watching and see you next time.